Welcome!
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the Renaissance. And while you're here, why don't I tell you a bit about music during this time? The ancient Greek and Romans held music to a very high importance. It was something they valued and really enjoyed to do. They would hold so many competitions for it and would even include it into their Olympics. Renaissance, by definition, means rebirth. It is from about the 1450s to like the 1600s, and was really big on like bringing back Roman and Greek culture, tradition, science, art, so on and so forth. This included music, and the changes from society really helped music evolve into the art form that it is. During this time period, there was really only two types of music that you could have: secular and sacred. And then further going in, you could have instrumental and vocal. And then that trickled into the different genres such as masses, motets, which were short, sacred pieces. There was madrigals, which were secular, non-instrumental, polyphonic, and you could have instrumental dance pieces, and there were so many more genres that really erupted during this time period. Moving on to the early Renaissance, you kind of could see them moving away from the complex rhythmic devices such as isorhythm, which was the repetition of musical patterns. Then during the Middle Renaissance, they kind of really pushed for simplicity. They didn't want the complex rhythms and music. They really wanted everything to be easy and understandable. The simpler the better, pretty much. The late Renaissance brought about polychoral music, which was big and really important, and they thought it was crazy. It would bring multiple choirs, barras, string ensembles together to create a beautiful sonorous sound that was new to that era. During this time period, the Gutenberg printing press was also very important. It made music easily printable and more available to people, which is very important because the bourgeois family, the rich, during that time period really wanted to get their hands on some music, so the printing press made it easily available to them. During the Renaissance, there were some really famous composers, one of which was Guillaume Dufay. He was a Renaissance composer from the early Renaissance and was really big on secular pieces. He produced a lot of music for churches, and would take a lot of Gregorian chants, which are kind of church songs based off of one vocal line, and would create his own music. But because of his comprehension and really strong grasp on large ensemble music, he really set the stage for future Renaissance composers to compose these large ensembles. Another famous composer was Josquin de Prez. He was a traveler. He would travel around Europe and learn the different musical styles, and was really famous for having Franco-Flemish kind of music, where it would take the complex polyphonic kind of rhythms and add them with the Italian style of having the poetry outshine the music behind it. This meant that the words were the main focus and wouldn't have any complex rhythms behind it to kind of distract. During the Renaissance, a ton of instruments were really brought about. The one you saw earlier was my violin, and another one, which is pretty common, is the recorder. During the Renaissance, music didn't have to be sacred. It could be about anything you wanted. So one song that I found called Greensleeves is a 16th century love song from England, which really pretty. It's really pretty. Here's some music. So that really kind of shows that music could be about anything you wanted. It could be about mythology, love, any passions of yours, something you saw today in the streets. It wasn't constrained as the medieval was. It could be free to the composer's whims and wishes. Thank you for watching my video, and I really hope you learned something about music in the Renaissance. Bye!